So, man, I mean, when I met you, you lived in Kearney. You moved out to Quad Cities to train at Militich out there. Obviously, that gym they kind of said to get better, you're gonna have to go somewhere else. Have you found a home in Milwaukee? Is that kind of where you're planning on keeping your family and all that, even past your fighting days?
So in Kearney, I feel like I went through like stages before, I was like I outgrow the place and then kind of moved on. Like in Kearney, that was good for like building a base and just getting kind of like dipping my foot in the water, kind of deal with all of the different martial arts. And then so when I went to Pat Militich's gym, I feel like there I was able to learn how to like fight. Like you're gonna be a fighter. Like it's gonna be dirty. It's gonna be gritty sometimes. But get in there and I'm gonna try to punch somebody in the face and I'm gonna try to hurt them more than they hurt me. And then then I went to Rufus Sport is where I'm at now in Milwaukee. And yeah, I feel like here I've just been able to like fine tune all of the skills that I've known, whether it comes from striking technique, jujitsu technique, to even my mindset. I'm like I was able to fine tune a lot of those things and put like finishing touches to an extent on my game. So it's good, and I've developed a lot of comfortability with being in the fire of a lot of places because I know the ins and out of a lot of situations. So I feel like it was, it's definitely my home gym, and I don't see myself going to another gym. I feel like I'm constantly learning here. There's no point where I'm like getting too like I feel like if at those other gyms, the reason I left, and there's nothing against them or the people, like, I'm still cool with everybody that I train with there. It was just to a point where it was almost like I was the big fish, or I, I won't say too advanced, but I wasn't being challenged enough. When it came to fighting, I was getting away with a lot of stuff just because of my wrestling and getting away, which I still do. But yeah, I felt like I was just outgrowing the places, and then, and every gym I move, I talk to the coaches, which the when I was with Gents, me and Gents pretty much moved to the next gym together, and then when I was at Pat Militich's gym, I talked to Pat, and Pat moved me on to Rufus Court. So and here I'm just, I'm always constantly evolving, learning new tricks, getting my ass beat every now and then, so.
All right. Well, we appear to have lost Raufeon. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully, we'll be able to continue this conversation down the road. Maybe set him up for a couple days down the road. Oh, hey, he's back.
Oh, am I losing connection?
Yeah, I lost
Is
you
that what's
somewhere
going
along the
on?
way. I was like, yeah, you lost connection. Yeah, I was like, we lost Raufeon. I was getting ready to sign off.
Oh
But now
man.
you're back. Now we're good.
Yeah, now I'm
Um,
back. Oh, what's the last part
Now
you
where
left
was
off on?
I'm trying? I don't even remember. I don't even remember the last question I asked. Um, I don't know.
I was
See, now,
talking
now
about.
I
I feel
totally
like I
lost
was
my.
talking about. I was talking about the people that I train with.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, we were talking about who your main training partner was. I think I lost it. Before you started telling us kind of who you train with.
Yeah, so I train with Sergio Pettis. I train with Emmanuel Sanchez, who's in the Bellator Grand Prix. Sergio Pettis just signed with Bellator. I also train with Christian Rodriguez and Brian Batista. Christian Rodriguez is the guy you got to keep your eye on. He's gonna be climbing the ranks as soon as all this stuff finishes. He's gonna be climbing the ranks pretty fast. And then Brian Batista is also another up and coming. Um, Also trained with Macy Barber and Wyatt Barber, which is her younger brother, who also just signed with Bellator. Um, and he's really good. Also, who else we got? We got Jordan Griffin, who's also in the. That's the thing with lost.
No, you're here. You're here. I got you.
Well,
It's all right, man. It's all right.
we'll put this thing on.
What was I gonna? I was gonna tell you something.
But yeah.
See here. Oh, I know where I was gonna go. So you moved from you're a very strong wrestling background. You moved to Rufus Sport. We all know that Duke is a world champion Muay Thai fighter. I mean, what is it? I mean, obviously Rufus Sport's no longer a striking gym. It's moved into an MMA gym. But it kind of has that striking roots. I mean, what did that do for you as a fighter?
Yeah. Well, I feel like that was where I was the most unprepared, or that was my biggest weakness was striking. Um, and I would say this is, I mean, it's still my biggest weakness, but it's almost it's not necessarily a weakness. It's just weaker than my other skills, which is so strong. But yeah, so I feel like and that's why I feel like Pat Miletich moved me in the direction of Rufus Sport, is because he has such a um such, what do you call it, like intelligent mind when it comes to striking, as far as like what risks to take, where where to be, what to do, how to do it, how to feel, how to think, kind of thing. He's like one of the best in the game. So I mean, I definitely feel like I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the guidance, especially on our feet.
All right, man. Well, hey, you're 11-1 overall now, 1-0 in Bellator. You're probably 13-1. Okay, probably still a couple fights away from a title shot there. But what you got ahead of you? What you think is next for you?
So man, I had a fight scheduled here in May. I had a fight scheduled May 9th. It was, but it was in California. So now we just waiting, I guess. Like I signed a contract and everything, and then the world kind of went to crap. But so now I'm just waiting to see how this thing plays out. But my goal before, I had them written down. My goal was to fight 3 times under Bellator before the year is done. I feel like this kind of, it depends on how long this lasts, but I feel like I can do that. That's my goal, to fight 3 times and then start calling out for a title fight.
Right on, man. Well, hey, those are some pretty good goals there, and I know that based on kind of what I heard about Scott Coker and what happened with the event that got canceled, and they ended up paying everybody out and all that stuff. I'm sure that he'll get you guys taken care of and get you back in there as soon as he can, knowing that you guys got to get out there and punch people in the face to make a paycheck.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah, we gotta and that was another reason I feel like or that affirmation of why I signed with Bellator. They take care of their guys, and he did a good job. We had 2 teammates actually fighting on that card. We had Manuel Sanchez and Jordan Newman. And so they both got paid, and they all got out of there safely. And you can tell that they really care about their athletes, which is nice. But yeah, so hopefully, I can fight soon, and I'm sure, they're doing everything they can, and they'll do everything they can to have us compete and go work and go make those paychecks. So I got complete faith in them, and it just depends on how we I guess as a country handle this Corona deal.
Well, that's what I was going to ask is, you've kind of got a little bit of read from Bellator on this. You're getting to know them a little bit. Are they going to be an organization that when one state says, hey, you can compete here, they're going to get something scheduled there? Or do you think they're going to wait for this entirely to blow over before they try to get something on the calendar?
I can't say. I don't know for sure. I'm not behind. I don't know the I guess logistics in that regard. I don't know, what the plan is. I know that they have to have, or I know that they did everything they could to try to make that fight happen in Connecticut. And yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what the plan. Like if so, I don't know if they're gonna push events back that they were gonna have, if they're gonna make new events with new fight cards. Because I also know that Bellator is a company that does take advantage of the regional fighters, and they when they bring an event to a state, that they most likely bring those a lot of regional fighters up to compete, at that event. So like I was scheduled to fight in May, but all of California is shut down until further notice, or I don't know, how long. So I don't know if they're gonna move that event in May back, or if they're gonna, do a whole nother card, and that's kind of up to them.
I got you.
But I'm sure
So,
that they'll find somewhere to fight soon.
right on. So I know you're not, I know you're an MMA fan in general. The UFC's kind of come out and said that they're going to move forward with UFC 249. They're going to find a place to do it, maybe on the moon. We have no idea. So we're going to have Khabib versus Tony. Who do you got in that, and and why?
Man, that's tough, man. That's tough, bro. That's crazy though that they made such a bold statement, like they're gonna have the fight. But man, Khabib and Tony, shoot, man. Like I want to say Khabib. I feel like Khabib is the stronger grappler, the stronger fighter. But it's also a thing where Tony is like almost too crazy to quit, too crazy to stop, and he just don't stop. He gets out of or he prevails in a lot of situations just off of his willpower, his will to keep fighting, and. But I think Khabib will win.
It's one of those things. I like Khabib in the fight, but I think that if Ferguson can figure out a way to deal with those leg laces that Khabib likes to use to neutralize these guys, I think that it could be an interesting fight, just because. Really, that's kind of his MMO: get you down, get you against the cage, and lace up those legs so you can't go anywhere. If you figure out a way to beat that, it turns the fight entirely around.
That's true. And then Khabib is like, he's so bony, and he cuts anybody that's fighting Khabib is probably a 90-something% chance they're gonna get cut. He used those elbows in such dynamic and unconventional ways. It's tough. It's a gritty fight. Even if you get him to the ground, his jiu-jitsu and wrestling is so good. It's tough.
I think it'll be a fun fight. Well, man, you know what? I'll let you get back to the rest of your day and your kid and your wife and all that stuff. It was awesome chatting with you, man. It's been a while. You got to come out this way, and we got to get lunch or something next time.
For sure, man. You still in Omaha?
I'm in Omaha. Yep, I'm living here pretty much full time now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. We usually come out. Well. This time we came out for spring break. When was the last time? I feel like we hung out maybe 2 times ago that I've been there.
It was a while ago since I've seen you, man.
I got it.
All right, man. Well, hey, you know what?
How long has it
Have
been?
a good day. It's been a while, man. How long has it been, man?
I don't know. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings that one time, or was that Hooters? When was that?
I don't, man. That was an eon ago. A lifetime ago.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Well, hey, man. I'll let you get back to your day. We appreciate you hanging out with us, and for the people watching, if you guys want to see some more of this, be sure to subscribe and like us. We release fights every day at 4:30 right here on this YouTube channel, and hopefully we'll get Raufeon back on here sometime, and we'll do some live Q&A.